First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and of ourselves, great millstone, while unto his truth, and also to those elect that are scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great and powerful lesson to the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So the title of the lesson is Illinois considers guaranteed income program. So I like to say shalom to all our listeners and learn. Hope this helped you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a couple of news articles here. We'll start here. WGN 9 out of Chicago. It says Illinois considers $1,000 per month guaranteed income program. It says Springfield, Illinois lawmakers are considering a bill that would create a state-based guaranteed income program. State Senator Ram Vivalon, Democrat Chicago, sponsored State Bill 3462, which calls on Illinois to adopt such a program after 2027 calendar year. Said through this legislation, residents who meet certain qualifications would be eligible for monthly 1,000 cash payments regardless of immigration status. Say it's unclear how long the payment would last. So you see it right here. This is going to lead right into our next news article. We're going to break it down in a minute. Let's go to the next news article. We're not ignorant of Satan devices. Let's go here. Let's go to this one here. This is what this is leading into right here. It says here, it's a universal basic income program gained momentum in U.S. despite Republican resistance. Let's see what else we got here. It says in a trend sparked by the pandemic, said the universal basic income UBI programs has been on the rise across various cities in the United States. Said these incentives aimed at providing direct cash payments to citizens, said has been lauded by experts for their effectiveness, say, in combating poverty. So, however, they have faced staunch opposition from Republican lawmakers threatening their sustainability and expansion. So, hey, man, we seeing right here, his words are smoother than butter. Let's go to the next one before we get into it. Let's go to this one here. It's another one I have. See where it's at. Let's go back here. Right here. Let's go to this one here. It says here, it says that the U.S. said DEA will reclassify trees, say ease restriction. You understand what I'm saying? Won't be able to say that word. So let's read that right here at the top right here. Let's get a little of this info. It says it comes after President Joe Biden calls for a review of federal trees law, said in October 2022 and moved to pardon thousands of Americans convicted federally of simple possession of the you know what. And he has also called on governors and local leaders to take similar steps to ease trees convictions, Salakia. And so let's open up one of them. We're not gonna go into too much because you already know about these guidelines, so we already know that we got to be very careful. So it says here, it said Biden paused to ease trees restriction. So you understand what I'm saying? So it says, let's see what it says here. We might get a little bit of it. It says here, so what happened, it says, hold on one moment. It says here, it said President Joe Biden is reportedly on the cusp of approving a historic reclassification of a blank for a schedule narcotic alongside blank and other hard blank to much more permissive schedule. So basically what this is doing is that they are trying to knock this down, like to make it a what you call a over counter, you know what I'm saying, medication, you know, so we can put it in that way. So we see it right now, we're in an election year. We already knowing that Biden already signed the bill to ban TikTok. You know, one thing about it, want to take your freedom of speech and also want to censor this a lot of information that are getting out. So a lot of things that they're trying to do, but they're telling you they're gonna give you free money, free trees, you know, free housing, different things like that. But one thing about it, we're knowing exactly where this is going to lead. So a lot of our people, you know, back in when you go back to 2020, when the pandemic first hit, they was giving all sorts of free things, you know, free donuts, free chicken, free trees. You understand what I'm saying? Right in front of our face, right here. So hey, we're not ignorant of his device. We know that the devil's getting ready to fill his belly, which in fact is going into his agenda, his plan. You know, his plot, his scheme. We already know what this is all about. Total control. But see, a lot of our people right now, you know, the 2/3, they are very docile. You know, they are still asleep. You know, they love the oppressor. You know, they love everything that he has to offer. They want the crumbs off of Esau table. And one thing about it, you know, Lord already, you know, gonna say you have received your consolation on his side. And a lot of our people right now, you know, they want to gain the whole world. But one thing about it, you're gonna lose your own soul. And one thing about it, they do not fear the Lord. You know, the Lord have power over life and death, also over the body and the soul. And one thing about it, you putting your trust in a mere man. He is not Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So a lot of our people, you know, they're caught up in it. Also, these Eves, you know, already know how this all started back with welfare. You know, it's at Section 8, food stamp. You know, I don't need a man. Put the man out of the house. All these things right here. You know, say we're not ignorant of his agenda, his mindset. So we seeing what's going on. Also, they talking about talks about reparation, you know what I'm saying, 40 acres and a mule, you know what I'm saying, they're talking about free money there, but you know what I'm saying, hey, you're in for a rude awakening, because this man, he's trying to do is constantly to destroy you. We already know that, you know, he goes over in other people countries. So we're here to help you. Come drain their resources, come kill their people, and also set up their own puppet government. And one thing about it, that's why the Lord has set up watchmen, you know what I'm saying, that stand on fire, constantly let you know all these impending dangers all around you. This devil is very clever. When you go back to the Genesis chapter 3, I think around verse 1, it said he was most subtle than any beast of the field. And one thing about this is the so-called, you know what, man. You know what I'm saying? The devil that the Bible speaks of. So we already Esau eat him. So we already know this white man, you know what I'm saying? This man here, you know, he's very clever. He's very smooth. I'm here to help you. Everything will be all right. Everything will be fine. Everything is lovely. That's what they're telling you. It is sunshine today. Everything will be fine. We are here. We love you. And one thing about it, there are a lot of people get caught up in all these different things that he has to offer. And one thing about the Lord already told us in Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10, never trust thy enemy. So as iron rusts, so is his wickedness. And that about when you go to Job 9 and 24. Also, you can go to Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. The power is in his hand. You know what I'm saying? The earth was given. The earth was given into the hands of the Of the wicked. And who is the wicked? The modern day so-called Caucasian man, which in fact is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And a lot of people gonna get caught up. They're gonna line up like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to take it under the skin. So he offers you all these things, but you got to read the fine print. What is that fine print? You know, you got to in order to be a part of this system, in order to be a part to get this talking about free, it's nothing free. Come always with, there's always something to come with it. And there's an agenda with it. You know, yes, you can receive this. We'll give you $1,000. We'll give you $5,000. We'll even give you $10,000 a month. You know, all you have to do is take this under the skin. It's very harmless. It's very convenient. All you have to do is wave your hand. And one thing about it, and a lot of our people are caught up in this to this day. White man Jesus, the Lord loved everyone. So you've been loving him all this time. You getting ready to die with him. Anyone that is loving this world or being a part of this system, want to get along, you know what I'm saying, and don't want to speak out against all these atrocities and all this unrighteous decree, then you're going to die right along with these heathen. Because you act like a heathen, you will die like a heathen. So now, let's go ahead and get a quick precept. Let's go here to let's go here blue letter. Let's go here to Psalm chapter 51. Psalm chapter 51, and we'll start at verse Psalm chapter 55, Salaki. And we'll start up at verse 21. And it reads, said, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So one thing about it, this is spot on of what the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know, he tell you all the time, I'm here to help you. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to help your children. I'm here to help to have a better living. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to make this a safer place, you know, to combat crime, also against poverty. You know, everyone will have a piece of the pie. That's what this devil is constantly telling you. So let's read it in the NLT. It says here, it says, his words are as smooth as butter, but in his heart or his mind is war. Said his words are as soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers. So one thing about this is spot on. So we seeing it right now, telling you about all these different things. He's getting rid of reparation. You know, $1,000 a month over there in Illinois. Also, you know, there was rumors in Minneapolis, also California, and many other states. You know, they get ready to start these things. So we already know what this is going into. This digital society, this Catholic society, and the only way you're gonna be a part of it, get this what they call so-called free. It's nothing free. It comes with a price, which in fact in your life, if you'll be a part of it, if you consent, if you submit, then you will be trodden underfoot. You will have to suffer that second death, which in fact is the lake of fire. And also America will be a lake of fire. But a lot of people are constantly listening to all these deceits and lies. But the Lord is constantly shedding light on all of this deception. You know, the Lord said that the deceiver and the deceived is his, says the Lord. So the Lord is in perfect control. Let's read it in the NLT once again, verse 21, Psalm chapter 55 and verse 21 in the blue letter. It said, his words are as smooth as butter, but in his heart or his mind is war. So you already know that when the enemy come in like a flood, it's military flood. You know, these UN troops and also these sleeper cell, you know what I'm saying? The war is in his heart to To destroy the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about that's Jacob's trouble. But the elect will be saved out of this. And his words are as soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers. So that's what he's doing. You know, one thing about it is that, you know, he talking smooth to you, but he have a knife behind his back ready to stab you in your back. So that's the straight MO of the devil that the Bible speaks of. Let's go here. Psalm 55 and verse 22 say, cast thy burdens upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. So that's one thing about it. The Lord is going to protect the elect. The Lord will sustain you. The Lord will provide you. And also the Lord is getting ready to come to deliver us with great glory and great power. Hey, man, we're here. It's at the door. Let's read it in the NLT. Say, give your burdens to the Lord, and he will take care of you. See, he will not permit the godly to slip and fall. That's one thing about it. The Lord said, you know, you will be in the secret place of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh. So when in the times of trouble, you will be in that safe haven, that stronghold. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh, this wisdom, this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, even though we'll be a pilgrims upon the earth, the Lord will guide us through that supernatural intervention. So Lord have everything already are mapped out for us. So, you know, all we got to do is trust and believe in him. And one thing about it, when you go into that word burdens, that means you're something that is weighing you down, something that is, you know what I'm saying, that you can't do anything about. Give it to the Lord. The Lord's going to do the rest. And one thing about, this is free, that is free. The Lord, what did he do in Moses' time when he led you out of Egypt? The Lord fed you there. You know, a lot of scoffing and mocking was going on then. These tooth there, they want it now. You know what I'm saying? It's my money and I want it now. And one thing about it, and it's going to get you led straight to that lake of fire, just like the so-called wife. He's in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? He can't wait on anything. You know, it's microwave food, something just quick, fast, and convenient. Just like that grain of rice. Hey, man, middle Lord, we constantly warn you left and right. We're standing on our watch, and once again, we're standing on fire for Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh. So now, let's read verse 23. It says here, it said, but thou, O power, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Who is that bloody and deceitful man? You already know the one that's constantly been going through all these different countries, constantly robbing and stealing and killing, the thief. You know what I'm saying? The hammer of the whole earth, the nation police. Who is that? The so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. But the Lord's getting ready to cut off this long disease. All this lies and deception is getting ready to be a thing of the past. And all this innocent blood that's being shed, it's getting ready to return upon its own head. What was done to us is getting ready to be done to them. The Lord is a master chess player. And also the Lord is the great judge. He's getting ready to judge them righteously. Not unrighteously, but righteously. The Lord's getting ready to accept that righteous order, and we cannot wait. We're rejoicing. So now, let's read it in the NLT. It says, but you, O power, will send the wicked down to the pit of destruction. So murderers and liars will die young, but I am trusting you to save me, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. That's why the Lord said in Proverbs, I think around in Proverbs 3, I think it says, lean not on your own understanding, but trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. The Lord says, stand still. The Lord's getting ready to fight your battle for you. The Lord is getting ready to show with supernatural intervention. The Archangel Michael is getting ready to stand up for the children of Israel. We're ready upon this time, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. This devil is getting ready, to lose his damn mind, because what? He knowing that his time is very short. I will offer you this. This is free. That is free. We're going to roll out the red carpet. But a lot of our people are going to trust in the strength of Egypt, and they will be what? Totally destroyed. And one thing about it is that, if you consent or if you take it under the skin, you will be totally destroyed. Trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So now we'll start today's video. And after the video, we'll start the lesson. And once Salagi. And also, they're going to have this, what you call this universal basic income. What's going on with Chicago, this 1,000 guaranteed income, program, which in fact that's going into this universal basic income, whereby they're gonna give you an allowance, to help you, to sustain you through your food, your medical supplies, different things like that. But one thing about it, the fine print is this: you will have to take it under the skin. One thing about it might start off like it's saying that it's free, but to continue to get it, you will have to be a part of this new digital society. And also we know that these hokey pokies are coming back into play. So hey man, we're not ignorant of his devices. It's nothing free. It comes with a price. And one thing about it, the men of the Lord, we're going to constantly trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And the price is what? The kingdom of heaven that dwells in right, immortality, rulership, power over the nation. That's what we're longing for each and every day. If you're not ready to rule, then you're getting ready to die. We're constantly warning you left and right. So we'll start today's video. And after the video, we hope you will get edified. And here we go.
The inflation is going to come in. I think the rich are going to get filthy rich. I think the poor are still going to be poor, because if you look at the poor people just live off of the government. So the government's going to increase their money enough to live, same as they do now, and nothing will change with it. They'll get extra money to buy their food, they'll get extra money to buy their clothes, they'll get extra money to pay their utilities, they'll get extra money to buy their house. They're just going to exist. That's what they do. Then you're going to look at the middle class. The government's going to probably come in and give universal basic income or something like that. I think it's coming. They've been looking at it and talking about it for the last 10 years. So I think eventually universal basic income is going to come, and that's just going to make people even more worthless. Because why do I want to work? If I can get by without working, why do I really want to work? And in my attitude, there's so much more out there. I need to work to be disciplined. I need to work to keep my sanity. The government's going to intervene with that to make sure that everybody don't lose everything, and that is going to give us even more class warfare, because the middle class is going to get poorer.
There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. What to do about mass unemployment? This is going to be a massive social challenge. And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Universal basic income.
Universal basic income. I think it's going to be necessary.
So it means that unemployed people will be paid across the globe.
Yeah.
Because there is no job, machine, robot is taking over.
That's simply and I want to be clear that these are not things that I wish would happen. These are simply things that I think probably will happen. And if my assessment is correct and they probably will happen, then we need to say, what are we going to do about it? And I think some kind of a universal basic income is going to be necessary. Now the output of goods and services will be extremely high. So with automation, there will come abundance. There will be almost everything will get very cheap. I think the biggest. I think we'll just end up doing universal basic income. It's going to be necessary. The harder challenge, much harder challenge, is how do people then have meaning? Like a lot of people, they derive their meaning from their employment. So if you don't have, if you're not needed, if there's not a need for your labor, what's the meaning? Do you have meaning? Do you feel useless? That's a much harder problem to deal with. What to do about mass unemployment?
Today's Tuesday, April 30th, and this is Suppressed News you might have missed. First up, we have the Biden administration working with the DEA to deschedule this from a Class 1 drug to a Class 3 drug. So instead of being categorized with these, it would be in the same category as Tylenol. It would still be months before this goes into effect, but if it does, it would allow researchers, doctors, and scientists to start looking more into the medicinal benefits.
So we're seeing that we're very close, so, they're putting things into place whereby, saying, oh, this is free, that is free. Also we know there's a lot of stores are closing down. We knowing that, a lot of people are becoming jobless. Unemployment rate is going up, and also they get ready to use this robotics, AI, autonomous vehicles, whereby they won't be able to use the drivers anymore. They already have what you call these autonomous 18-wheelers, going up and down the highways right now, doing test runs on that. So we're constantly seeing that he's bringing it forth left and right. He wants total control. And one thing about it is, so what we're going to do with the people if they're, they don't work or whatever, said, will they be useless? Yeah, useless eaters. And one thing about it, we already know they on what you call this depopulation, over, I think it was 5 million people when you go to that Georgia Guidestone, which in fact they have destroyed it now. But one thing about it, we're not ignorant of Satan's device. So we'll start today's lesson in Isaiah chapter 30. We'll start here. Isaiah chapter 30, quick lesson through the Spirit. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. And it reads, it said, woe to the rebellious children, says the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So one thing about it, a lot of our people right now, they are not, they don't have that light in them. They're going on with the days, they're going on with whatever going on in the world, what I'm saying, get along, getting along with everyone, constantly, they're happy receiving these crumbs off of Esau's table, and they constantly adding sin upon sin, whatever they have to offer. Yeah, we'll take it, so, we seeing this happening right before our eyes. Verse 2, it said, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Don't trust into what this system, whatever they have to offer. And also they talking about these 4-day work weeks, reparation, and a lot of these things. Also they talking about increasing the minimum wage to 50 hours, $50 an hour. So hey, it sounds good. His word was smoother than butter. So a lot of people gonna trust in Egypt. And what is the modern day Egypt? That is what America, Babylon the Great, and Egypt is hand in hand with what the house of bondage. You still in the land of your captivity, but a lot of these people, they're thinking they're free because they constantly getting goodies and crumbs off of Esau's table, and you're in for a rude awakening. Verse 3. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 3 said, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So a lot of people, going to be disgraced. A lot of people going to have a rude awakening. A lot of people going to have that what's called a grievous sore. A lot of people going to die in a great number because what? They did not trust in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. They trust in this system that they get ready to put into play. It is free. It's very convenient. Just wave your hand and they will be totally destroyed. It shall be your shame and your confusion. And one thing about that, and you will be totally destroyed. You will have to suffer that second death. So let's read it in the NLT, verse 3, Isaiah 30 and verse 3 in the NLT blue letter. It said, but by trusting in Pharaoh, who is the modern day Pharaoh, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, so you will be humiliated, and by depending on him, you will be disgraced. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to be disgraced. And the Lord is going to see your shame. You're going to be naked and you're going to be exposed. And one thing about it, and one thing about it, we constantly warning you left and right of all these opinion things. A lot of people say, oh, it's free. They're going to run. They're going to line up just like clockwork and take it because they're going to what? Trust in the strength of Egypt. Hey, man, we seen it right here, man. Right before our face. Oh, let's get verse 2 here. Let's just get this verse right here before we go to the next one. It's Isaiah chapter 30. I don't mean to be jumping all over the place, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh, I hope that you will get edified. Isaiah chapter 30 and NLT in verse 2, it said, so for without consulting me, you have gone down to Egypt, modern day Egypt, what America, Babylon the Great, for help. So you have put your trust in Pharaoh, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, Pharaoh's protection. So you have tried to hide in his shade, try to hide or try to be comfortable, get along, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, ways of the world, you know what I'm saying, the Lord said, love not the world and not the things that are in the world, come out of that mindset. So a lot of our people right now, they thinking that this is their rest, and the Lord said, come out of her, my people. This place is what? It will destroy. This place is what? Polluted. Come out of that mindset. Come back under that total subjection of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and hoping that we get delivered when the Lord come with that great fathership. So we seeing that what's going on right here. A lot of people gonna trust in this 1,000 or 5,000, 10,000 a month in this guaranteed. You understand what I'm saying? Listen at the word they give you. Guaranteed income program. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to be working. We're here to sustain you. We know that you need food. You need medical supply to help out with your family and your loved ones. That's how that's how he's coming at you. That's very smooth. And a lot of people, the one that don't have faith and works, they're gonna run straight to it. And will be totally destroyed. So now let's go here to Second Kings. Let's go here. This is exactly what's getting ready to happen right here. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 18. 2 Kings chapter 18 and verse, ain't been over here in a minute. I think it's 21 or 20. I think it's 21. 2 chapter 18 and verse 21. Let's go here. It says here in the KJV first, it said, now, behold, thou trusted upon the staff of this bruised reed, even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, unto all that trust in him. So one thing about it is that, a lot of people gonna trust in this bruised reed, this broken system, which in fact is this new digital system they'll get ready to put into play, this new cashless society. It will be digital programmer and also implantable, even though it will sound like a broken record, but it is spot on. These are the time that we're living in, whether you will hear or whether you will forbear. And a lot of people will what? Will go down in Egypt, which in fact is Babylon the Great, America. It work hand in hand with the house of bondage. And one thing about, we're in our second Egypt right now, and also we waiting on our second Exodus. The Lord is getting ready to come deliver us with great glory and great power. Trust in Him. And so when he go into this word said lean, say if a man lean, if a man depend, or if he trust, it shall go into his shall pierce his hand. So you already know this talking about this grain of rice. This Bible is spot on. And trust in Pharaoh, modern day Pharaoh, once again, is the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. The king of Egypt. The modern day who is running the world today. The Bible is spot on. That is the so-called white man. He has these military bases in all these different countries. One thing about, he has the most powerful military on the earth. And one thing about it, he's seeing that his days his days are determined. But one thing about it, that we know that he's in for a rude awakening. We know that the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath, because what? He knowing that his time is very short. That's why he putting all these things in place, telling you that this is free, that is free. We're here to help you. Everything will be all right. We love you. We're here to help you. So, hey, you understand what I'm saying? Don't mean to be ramming. Let's read it in the NLT. Said on Egypt, if you lean on Egypt or trust and depend, it will be like a reed that splinters beneath your weight and pierces your hand. Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, is completely unreliable. So one thing about it, if you put your trust in him, he's only going to lead you straight to death. You know what I'm saying? Because what? He's the harbinger of death. You know what I'm saying? Death and hell follow this man everywhere he go. When you go to, I think it's First Maccabee chapter 1, I think it's around verse 10, 11, somewhere in there. I know it's in First Maccabee, whereby, you know what I'm saying, they, when Alexander, when he died, he departed his kingdom to those kings, and evils were multiplied in the land to this day. It's starting with the Renaissance period. So we seeing that, we know this spot on. Hey man, who else could it be? The one that constantly shedding innocent blood. When you go to Ezekiel chapter 35, it tell you, because thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. So what was done to us is getting ready to be done to him. If you put your total trust in him, it will only lead to death and destruction. And one thing about it, we constantly warn you left and right. We're here, it's at the door. So now, let's go here. Let's get a little bit more on this red devil. Let's go here to Ecclesiastes. Let's go here. Let's see. Ecclesiastes. I might go in the let's go into the King James. Let's go here. One moment. Let's go here to Ecclesiastes or Sirach chapter 12. Let's go here. We'll get one more and we'll close out. Ecclesiastes 12, and we'll start up at verse 10. And it reads, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rutheth, so is his wickedness. And not about who is your enemy. You know what I'm saying? These are these heathen nations, starting with Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And also you can get a list of them when you go to Psalm chapter 83. All nations has dealing with keeping us down as a nation. They are your enemy. They are your true power enemy. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, never trust thy enemy. As it is written, when you go to Romans chapter 9, it'll tell you, you know what I'm saying, as it is written, Esau I have hated, but Jacob I love. Who is that? The Negroes, the Latinos, the Native Indians, you know what I'm saying? The true believers of Yahweh. And also we know these 2/3, they will get it on the other side. All Israel will be saved. The Lord telling you, don't trust your enemy. You have an enemy. And a lot of our people right now, they want to get along. They want to save the heathens. But one thing about it, they're only meant to be your servant very soon. Slavery is coming back in a big way. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, the one that kills with the sword shall be killed with the sword. And the one that led us into captivity shall go into captivity. Amen. The Bible's spot on, Revelation chapter 13 and 10. So, your enemies are all around you on every side. They hate you. But one thing about it, it's time to return to your true power. He the one that loves you. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, hey, we're here and the Lord will provide for us. Verse 11 said, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadn't wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. So one thing about it is that, it's nothing you can do to make this man be righteous, nothing you can do to make this man do right. He is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. He always going to be dirty. He always going to be wicked. He always going to be the devil that the Bible speaks of. So it's nothing you can do about it, because the Lord created the wicked for the day of what? The day of what? Judgment. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, we're here, man. We see that we're very close. Let's read this again. It said, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, for thou shalt be unto him as if thou hasn't wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, he is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Not about it. They're on the border of wickedness. The Lord got this man spot on. And one thing about it, he's nothing he can do about it. He can't get over it. He can't get under it. He can't rub it off. That's is woven in his DNA. And one thing about it, hey, That's the way he was created. Whether you believe it or not, they are the vessel of what? Dishonor. Verse 12 says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. So one thing about it, hey man, you can't even have this red devil nowhere around you. You know what I'm saying? You got him around you or whatever. Like he gonna seek to try to take whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? He's the thief. He's the harbinger of death. Death and hell follow him. So you don't want to be nowhere around. These people are not shit. We're constantly warning you left and right. They were children of food. We constantly warning you. Job chapter 30, this Bible is spot on. You know, hey, though he go humble and crouching and talking with smooth speech. Oh, we're here to help you. Everything is fine. We're here. You know, telling you about all his free sedatives that he had. But hey, come with a price. He want what? Total control. Verse 13 says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come a nigh wild beast? And now you already know who this wild man is. You know what I'm saying? We know who this is. This Bible is spot on. Verse 14 he says, so one that goes to a sinner and is defiled with him, say, in his sins, who will pity? Hey, one thing about it, you know, though join hand in hand, you know, hey, the wicked will not go unpunished. So you want to be a part of this, you gonna perish right along with him. Verse 15 said, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. So one thing about it, you know, he'll be with you. Oh, I'm here to help you. One thing about it, if you're going to get in some type of adversity, he gonna be the first one to knock you on down into the pit. You know what I'm saying? That bloody and deceitful man. Verse 16 said, an enemy speaking sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to throw thee into a pit. Spot on. You know what I'm saying? He will weep with his eyes, but if he finds opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So you already know that, you know, white man, he always weeping and crying. I'm here to help you. I love you. I don't know why they're treating me like, trying to play the victim. But one thing about it, he is the oppressor. He's the one constantly pushing all this wickedness upon this earth. And the Lord is getting ready to destroy him. One moment, let's get this off right quick. Just the devil. And one thing about it, he's speaking sweetly with his lip, smooth as butter. You know what I'm saying? Reparation, $50 dollars an hour. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna increase the minimum wage. You know, we're gonna give you a 40 days work week. You know, how do that sound to you? That's what we're here for. We're here to do better by you. You know what I'm saying? Reparation, 40 acres and a mule and more. We here. It's everything will be all right. All you have to do is take this little grain of rice. Hey, the Lord already said, don't be deceived. Verse 17 said, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. So that's what he's doing. You know, he's getting ready to undermine these two-thirds. They're going to fall straight into that evil net. You know what I'm saying? They're going to fall straight into this one word government. You know what I'm saying? One word currency and one word religion. He want total control. Track and tag. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with your biometrics, the digital IDs. Hey, man, the list go on and on. Verse 18 said, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. So he's getting ready to change his countenance. He's getting ready to find out, like these two Eve got chopped to pieces. You know these red devil made 12 piece out of them. You know what I'm saying? Cut them up just like chicken. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So he's showing his countenance right now. That old ancient hatred is getting ready to come back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we already know he is the sword. You know, that's why we ask the Lord to deliver us from thy sword. You know, which is what? In fact, is the so-called white man. The Lord gave him that sword, but the Lord's getting ready to return and cut him off forever. So now let's go to our last and final script. Don't mean to be rambling. Let's go here to 1 John. Let's go here to 1 John. 1 John chapter 2. 1 John chapter 2, and we'll start at verse 15. And it reads, it said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So a lot of our people right now, they love the world. So we already know that the love of the Father is not in them. Those are the 2/3 that rebellious house that did not want to return to Yahweh. The one that's constantly scoffing and mock, the one that's not believing. This is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You're crazy. You know what I'm saying? The Lord loved everyone. Everyone, you know what I'm saying, could be saved. So, hey, you're in for a rude awakening. The Lord said, love not the world. You know what I'm saying? If you are getting along with this world, you are, you have friends, you have resource, which in fact is nothing wrong with resource. If you have friends here, you have a reputation, you're getting along with your enemy. Then one thing about it, you know what I'm saying, you're of this world, and the Lord's not dealing with this world. The wisdom of this world is foolishness to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, and also is no light in you, and you will be totally destroyed. Verse 16, he said, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, but of the world. So that's plain and simple. So a lot of people, are walking in great pride, self-will. You know what I'm saying? They are, lovers of this world. You know what I'm saying? They are what you call, to be to be in the flesh, it being what? Carnally minded, and it will only lead to death. And one thing about it, you got to be spiritually minded. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually minded will lead to what? Salvation. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual power, rulerships, power over the nation, immortality. That's what we're seeking for. We're not of this world. We came out of that mindset and came back under the total subjection to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. Hey, it's plain and simple. So a lot of people right now, they love this world. If you love it here, you get ready to what? To die here. Verse 17, it said, and the world passes away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, abideth forever. So one thing about it, we know that salvation is at the door. And one thing about it, we seeing that this earth age, this eon, this temple world, it is what? Slowly what? Passing away. The Lord is getting ready what? To usher in the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Also, the Lord is getting ready what? To set everything back into order. All we must do is constantly what? Trust and believe in Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. The Lord will sustain us. The Lord will provide for us. And also the Lord is getting ready to come to what? To deliver us with great glory and great power. And also what? The great and glorious return of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. It is fast to approach. It is at the door. So rejoice ye heaven. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is Illinois considers guaranteed income program. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.